why 500 words are enough to start speaking. Hello and welcome back to the podcast. Today I want to start with something very important. Something that might change the way you think about learning English. Many learners believe they need thousands and thousands of words before they can speak confidently. They think, I need more vocabulary. I'm not ready yet. I don't know enough words. But here is the truth. You can start speaking English with just 500 words. Yes, 500. Let's slow down and think about this together. In daily life, people do not use difficult vocabulary all the time. They use simple words, common words, basic words, words like go, come, eat, work, like want, need, think, happy, tired, good, bad. These are simple words, but they are powerful. In fact, studies show that in everyday conversation, people repeat the same common words again and again. The most frequent 500 words are used in a very large percentage of daily communication. That means, if you truly master those 500 words, you can understand a lot, and you can say a lot. Now, here is the important part. It is not about knowing many words. It is about using the words you know very well. Let me give you an example. Imagine you only know simple vocabulary. Can you talk about your day? Yes. You can say, I wake up at 7, I go to work, I eat breakfast, I feel tired today, I like my job, I want coffee. These sentences are simple, but they are real communication. Communication is not about sounding intelligent, it is about sharing meaning. Many English learners wait. They wait until they feel ready. They wait until they know advanced vocabulary. They wait until they feel perfect. But fluency does not start with perfection. Fluency starts with simplicity. Children learn language with basic words first. They do not begin with complex grammar. They begin with I want, I like, I go, I see, and slowly they build more. As an English learner, you can do the same. If you try to learn rare words too early, your brain feels overloaded. Too many new words, too much information, too much pressure. But if you focus on the most common 500 words, something different happens. Your brain starts recognizing them everywhere. You hear them in podcasts. You see them in books. You notice them in conversations. Repetition builds memory, and memory builds confidence. Now let's think about another problem. Some learners know 3,000 words, but they still cannot speak. Why? Because they learned words, but they did not practice using them. They studied vocabulary lists. They memorized definitions, but they did not speak. Language is a skill, and skills improve with practice. If you deeply learn 500 words and practice making sentences every day, you will speak more naturally than someone who knows 5,000 words but never uses them. Simple English is not weak English. Simple English is clear English. For example, which sentence is better? I am experiencing a slight level of exhaustion. Or, I feel tired. Both are correct. But the second one is natural, easy, clear. Native speakers often choose simple words because simple words work. So today, I want you to change your mindset. Stop thinking, I need more vocabulary before I speak. Instead, think, how well do I know the words I already learned? Can you use them in 10 different sentences? Can you say them quickly? Can you use them without translating? That is real progress. 500 words may sound small, but with those words you can talk about your family, describe your routine, share your feelings, ask questions, tell short stories, have basic conversations, and that is the beginning of fluency. Fluency does not mean speaking perfectly. Fluency means speaking smoothly, with the words you know. So instead of chasing more and more vocabulary, focus on mastering your core words. Use them every day. Repeat them. Speak them. Build sentences with them. Trust the process. Because when you truly control 500 powerful common English words, you are not a beginner anymore. You are a communicator. And that is where real speaking confidence begins. Building powerful sentences with simple words. Welcome back. Now that we understand something very important, that 500 words are enough to begin speaking, let's move to the next step. Knowing words is good, but using words is better. Many learners know vocabulary, but they feel stuck when they try to speak. Why? Because they do not know how to build sentences easily. Today we will talk about something powerful: how to build many sentences with very simple words. Let me tell you a secret. English sentences are often patterns. And when you learn the pattern, you can create hundreds of sentences. For example, I want. This is a simple pattern. Now listen carefully. I want coffee. I want water. I want a break. I want to sleep. I want to learn English. I want to go home. Same structure, different words. That is how fluency grows. Let's try another pattern. I like music. I like this movie. I like your idea. I like my job. I like English podcasts. Very simple, but very useful. You see, fluency is not about long sentences. Fluency is about comfort with patterns. Now let's build slightly longer sentences. I usually drink coffee in the morning. I usually go for a walk in the morning. I usually check my phone in the morning. I usually study English in the morning. Again, simple words, but now you are speaking more naturally. Many learners make one big mistake. They try to create perfect, complex sentences, and then they stop speaking because they are thinking too much. Fluent speakers do not think about grammar rules every second. They use patterns automatically. That is what we are training. Automatic sentence building. Let's practice another useful structure. I think that English is interesting. I think that this is a good idea. I think that we need more time. I think that learning takes patience. This structure helps you express opinions, and expressing opinions is very important in conversation. Now let's make sentences about the past. Yesterday I worked. Yesterday I stayed home. Yesterday I watched a movie. Yesterday I felt tired. Notice something. We are still using simple words, but now we can talk about different times, present and past. This gives you more power. Let's continue. In the future, I will. In the future, I will travel. In the future, I will improve my English. In the future, I will start a new job. In the future, I will move to another city. Now you can talk about plans. See how powerful this is? With basic vocabulary and easy structures, you can talk about your past, your present, your future, your feelings, your opinions, your habits. That is real communication. Now I want you to notice something very important. You are not memorizing long grammar explanations. You are practicing sentence frames. Sentence frames help your brain relax. Instead of asking, "How do I say this?" you think, "Which pattern can I use?" That is much easier. Let's practice one more useful structure. Because I was tired, I went to bed early. Because it was raining, I stayed home. Because I like English, I listened to podcasts. Because I was busy, I didn't call you. Now your sentences have reasons. This makes your English sound more natural and complete. When you combine patterns, something amazing happens. Listen carefully. Yesterday, I felt tired because I worked a lot. I usually drink coffee in the morning because I need energy. In the future, I will travel because I want new experiences. These are not advanced words, but they sound fluent. Why? Because the ideas connect. Fluency is connection. Connection between ideas. Connection between sentences. Connection between thoughts. Now here is your daily practice idea. Choose 5 simple sentence patterns, and every day create 5 new sentences for each pattern. That is 25 sentences per day. In 1 week, you will create 175 sentences. In 1 month, more than 700 sentences, all with simple words. This is how confidence grows, not by learning difficult vocabulary, but by mastering simple sentence building. Remember this, words are bricks. Sentence patterns are the design. When you combine both, you build communication. So today, focus on using what you already know. Build, repeat, speak out loud. Because when you can build sentences easily with simple words, you are no longer afraid to speak. And that is the real goal. Key point 3. A simple daily routine to turn 500 words into real fluency. Welcome back. Now we know something powerful. 500 words are enough. And we know how to build many sentences using simple patterns. But there is one more important question. How do we turn knowledge into fluency? Because knowing is not the same as speaking. Fluency is not information. Fluency is training, just like going to the gym. If you go once a month, nothing changes. But if you go a little every day, your body becomes stronger. English works the same way. Small daily practice creates big results. So today, I will share a very simple daily routine. You do not need 2 hours. You do not need expensive courses. You only need 20 to 30 minutes and consistency. Let's begin. Step 1. Reading aloud. Choose 10 to 15 simple sentences. They can be about daily life. For example, I wake up at 7 a.m. I drink coffee. I go to work. I talk to my friends. I study English at night. Now read them slowly, out loud, not in your head. When you read aloud, your brain connects sound and meaning. Your mouth learns movement. Your ears learn rhythm. Do not worry about perfect PR. Enunciation. Focus on clarity. Repeat each sentence 2 or 3 times, slowly, comfortably. This step takes about 5 minutes. Step 2. Shadowing practice. Shadowing means listening and repeating at the same time. Play a short English audio, maybe 1 minute. Listen carefully. Then repeat immediately after the speaker. Try to copy the rhythm. Try to copy the tone. Try to copy the speed. At first, it feels difficult. That is normal. Your brain is learning new timing. Do not stop. Do not judge yourself. Just repeat. Shadowing trains automatic speaking. It reduces overthinking. When you shadow regularly, you stop translating in your head. You begin to respond naturally. This step also takes about 5 to 10 minutes. Step 3. Personal speaking time. Now close the book, turn off the audio, and speak about your day. Use simple words. Use your 500-word vocabulary. For example, today I woke up at 7 a.m. I felt tired, but I drank coffee. I went to work. I talked to my colleague. After work, I came home and relaxed. Do not worry about mistakes. This is your private practice time. You are training your speaking muscle. Even if you speak for only 3 to 5 minutes, that is enough. The goal is not perfection. The goal is expression. Step 4. Review yesterday. Before you finish, repeat something from yesterday. Maybe 5 sentences. Maybe 1 short story. Repetition builds memory. Memory builds confidence. And confidence builds fluency. Many learners always want new material, new words, new lessons, new grammar. But real progress comes from repeating old material. When something feels easy, that means it is working. Now let's talk about something important: motivation. Some days you will not feel excited. Some days you will feel tired. Some days you will think, "My English is not improving." That is normal. Progress is not always visible. But if you practice daily, your brain is changing quietly. One day you will notice something surprising. You will speak a sentence, and it will come naturally, without stress, without translation. That moment is beautiful. But it only comes with consistency. Remember this: you do not need to study everything. You only need to practice what you know. If you know 500 words, use them every day. Create new combinations, new sentences, new stories. The words will become flexible, comfortable, natural. And here is one more tip: speak slowly. Many learners try to speak fast. They think fast speaking means fluency. But clarity is more important than speed. Slow speaking gives your brain time, and over time, speed will increase naturally. Fluency is calm communication, not fast communication. So let's review your daily routine. 5 minutes reading aloud, 5 to 10 minutes shadowing, 5 minutes personal speaking, 5 minutes review, 20 to 25 minutes. That is all. But do it every day, even on busy days, even on tired days, because fluency is built in small daily actions, not big, rare efforts. If you follow this routine for 30 days, you will feel stronger, more comfortable, more confident. And remember, you already have enough words to begin. Now you only need daily practice and patience. Keep going. Your English is growing every single day. Key point 4: how to speak confidently. Why? Limited vocabulary. Welcome back. Now we understand something very important. You do not need thousands of words to speak English. You can communicate with just 500 words. You can build sentences. You can practice daily. But there is still one big problem for many learners: confidence. Many people know enough words, but they are afraid to speak. They think, my English is too simple. I don't know enough vocabulary. I will make mistakes. People will judge me. Let me tell you something important. Simple English is not bad English. Simple English is clear English. And clear English is powerful. Many native speakers use simple words every day. They say, I'm tired, I'm hungry, I don't understand. Can you help me? What do you mean? These are not difficult sentences, but they are real communication. So the first step to confidence is this: accept simplicity. You do not need big words to sound intelligent. You need clear ideas. Now let's talk about a practical strategy: rephrasing. Sometimes you forget a word. That is normal. Even native speakers forget words. The difference is this: confident speakers explain the idea in another way. For example, imagine you forget the word umbrella. You can say, it's raining. I need the thing for rain. People will understand. Or maybe you forget the word appointment. You can say, I have a meeting with the doctor. Communication is not about perfect vocabulary. It is about sharing meaning. When you stop worrying about the perfect word, you feel freer. And freedom creates confidence. Now let's talk about useful survival sentences. These sentences help you stay calm in conversation. For example, can you repeat that, please? Can you speak more slowly? I don't understand. What does that mean? How do you say this in English? These sentences give you control. You are not silent. You are active. You are participating, and participation builds confidence. Another important idea is this: slow down. Many learners try to speak fast. They think speed equals fluency. But when you speak too fast, you feel stress. Your brain becomes confused. Your words disappear. Instead, speak slowly. Take a breath. Say, let me think. Just a moment. These small pauses are natural. They are not mistakes. In fact, they make you sound more thoughtful. Confidence is not loudness. Confidence is calmness. Now let us practice a simple example. Imagine someone asks you, what did you do yesterday? You do not need a long story. You can say, yesterday I worked. After work I went home. I ate dinner. Then I watched TV and relaxed. Very simple, but complete. And that is enough. Now imagine someone asks, what are your plans for the weekend? You can say, this weekend I will rest. I will clean my house. Maybe I will meet a friend. Again, simple words, but clear communication. The more you use your simple vocabulary, the more comfortable it feels. And when something feels comfortable, confidence grows. Now, here is another powerful idea. Stop comparing yourself to advanced speakers. If someone speaks English very fluently, that is wonderful. But they were once beginners too. Your journey is your own. Focus on your progress. Maybe last month you were afraid to say one sentence. Now you can speak 5 sentences. That is growth. Celebrate small improvements. Confidence grows step by step, not overnight. And remember this: mistakes are proof that you are trying. If you never speak, you never make mistakes. But you also never improve. Every mistake teaches your brain something new. So instead of thinking, I made a mistake, that's bad, think, I practiced, That's progress. Now let's bring everything together. You have 500 words. You know sentence patterns. You practice daily. And now, you choose to speak. Even if your English is simple, that choice is powerful. Because confidence is not something you wait for. Confidence is something you create. You create it by speaking again and again, with simple words, with small sentences, with calm energy. And one day something changes. You start a conversation, and you are not afraid. You answer a question, and you do not panic. You forget a word, and you explain it another way. That is real fluency. Not perfect grammar, not difficult vocabulary, but comfortable communication. So remember this. You already know enough to begin. Use what you know. Speak slowly. Stay calm. Accept mistakes, and trust the process. Because when you believe that simple English is enough, you finally give yourself permission to speak. And that is where real confidence begins.